Hello everybody, Doug here, and welcome to another episode of Don't Watch Disney Movie Reviews. Let's talk about Brad Bird. He made his directorial debut at Warner Brothers with The Iron Giant in 1999, which was critically acclaimed but flopped at the box office. He then moved to Pixar as the studio's first outside director and made The Incredibles, which was highly successful both critically and financially. In 2007, Brad Bird would go on to direct his second Pixar film, which is what I'm reviewing this week. Released on June 29th, 2007, the movie is Ratatouille. The movie opens with a prologue where a TV shows a news report about Gusteau's restaurant, which is owned by Auguste Gusteau, voiced by Brad Garrett.
Gusteau's restaurant is the toast of Paris, booked 5 months in advance, and his dazzling ascent to the top of fine French cuisine has made his competitors envious. He is the youngest chef ever to achieve a 5-star rating. Chef Gusteau's cookbook, Anyone Can Cook, climbed to the top of the bestseller list, but not everyone celebrates its success.
Amusing title, Anyone Can Cook. What's even more amusing is that Gusteau actually seems to believe it. I, on the other hand, take cooking seriously, and no, I don't think anyone can do it.
We're then introduced to our main character, a rat named Remy, voiced by Patton Oswalt.
I think it's apparent I need to rethink my life a little bit. What's my problem? First of all, I'm a rat. Which means life is hard. And second, I have a highly developed sense of taste and smell. Flour, eggs, sugar, vanilla bean, oh, small twist of lemon.
Whoa, you can smell all that? You have a gift.
This is Emil, my brother. He's easily impressed.
So, you can smell ingredients. So what?
This is my dad. He's never impressed. He also happens to be the leader of our clan. So what's wrong with having highly developed senses?
Whoa, don't eat that! What's going on here?
It turns out that because of Remy's highly developed sense of smell, he can detect rat poison. So his dad, Django, voiced by the late Brian Dennehy, gives him a job as poison checker where he sniffs the garbage to see if it's safe for his family to eat.
Cleaner Reno, close to godliness, which means clean. You know, cleanliness is close to... Never mind, move on.
However, Remy refuses to eat garbage and has a thing for humans. His family lives in the attic of an old lady named Mabel.
How can I describe it? Good food is like music you can taste, color you can smell. There is excellence all around you. You need only be aware to stop and savor it.
Oh, Gusteau was right. Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. Each flavor was totally unique. But combine one flavor with another, and something new was created. So now, I had a secret life.
One day, Remy finds a mushroom and asks his older brother Emil, voiced by Peter Sohn, for helping him find a place to keep it.
Why are you walking like that?
I don't want to constantly have to wash my paws. Do you ever think about how we walk on the same paws that we handle food with? Do you ever think about what we put into our mouths?
All the time.
Ugh, when I eat, I don't want to taste everywhere my paws have been.
Well, go ahead. But if Dad sees you walking like that, he's not gonna like it.
Remy then sees that Emil's carrying a paper bag and inside is some cheese.
And not just any cheese, Tome de chèvre de paix! That would go beautifully with my mushroom! And oh, this rosemary! This rosemary, maybe with a few drops from this sweet crab!
Well, throw it on the pile, I guess, and then we'll,
We don't want to throw this in with the garbage! This is special.
But we're supposed to return to the colony before sundown, or, Dad's gonna...
Emil, there are possibilities unexplored here. We gotta cook this. Now, exactly how we cook this is the real question. Ooh, yeah.
Remy and Emil then climb to the top of Mabel's house, where Remy uses the chimney to cook the mushrooms. Suddenly...
Oh, you gotta taste this! This is, oh, it's got this kind of, it's burning, melty. It's not really a smoky taste. It's a certain, oh, it's kind of like a, you know, it's got like this boom, zap kind of taste. Don't you think? What would you call that flavor?
Lightning-y?
Yeah, it's lightning-y. Oh, we gotta do that again. Okay, when the next storm comes, we'll go up on the roof. I know what this needs. Saffron. A little saffron would make this.
Saffron. Why do I get the feeling
It's in the kitchen.
They then enter Mabel's kitchen, where Remy looks through her spices for saffron while Emil's nervous that Mabel will wake up.
I've been down here a million times. She turns on the cooking channel, boom. She never wakes up.
You've been here a million times?
I'm telling you, saffron will be just the thing. Gusteau swears by it.
Okay, who's Gusteau?
Just the greatest chef in the world wrote this cookbook.
Wait. You read?
Well, not excessively.
Oh, man. Does Dad know?
You could fill a book, a lot of books, with things Dad doesn't know. And they have, which is why I read, which is also our secret.
Remy then finds the saffron and then sees Gusteau on TV.
Hey, that's Gusteau. Emil, look.
Great cooking is not for the faint of heart. You must be imaginative, strong-hearted. You must try things that may not work. And you must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul. What I say is true. Anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great.
Pure poetry.
It's then revealed that a while ago, Gusteau's restaurant lost one of its 5 stars the last time food critic Anton Ego reviewed the place.
It was a severe blow to Gusteau, and the broken-hearted chef died shortly afterwards, which, according to tradition, meant the loss of another star.
Gusteau is dead?
Mabel then wakes up, sees Remy and Emil, and she tries to kill them. Watch where you're aiming that thing. After shooting her gun a bunch of times, a part of the ceiling comes down and Mabel sees all the other rats.
Evacuate! Everyone to the boats!
As all the other rats rush out of the house, Remy goes after Mabel's copy of Gusteau's cookbook, Anyone Can Cook. After taking the book, Remy tries to catch up with the rest of his family who are escaping into the sewers.
Hold on, son! Give him something to grab onto! Come on! Paddle, son! Come on! Reach for it! You can do it! Ready! Dad! Come on! You can make it! You can make it! Guys, wait! Stop! Hold up! Wait for me! Hold on! Dad? Dad?
Remy becomes separated from his family in the sewers and is alone with the cookbook.
I waited for a sound, a voice, a sign, something.
Later, while reading through the cookbook, Remy becomes hungry. An illustration of Gusteau in the book comes to life in Remy's imagination and tells him to go up and look around.
Why do you wait and mope?
Well, I've just lost my family, all my friends, probably forever.
How do you know?
Well, You are an illustration. Why am I talking to you?
Oh, you just lost your family, all your friends. You are lonely.
Yeah, well, you're dead.
Ah, but that is no match for wishful thinking. If you focus on what you've left behind, you will never be able to see what lies ahead. Now go up and look around.
So Remy climbs out of the sewers, and soon he finds himself in Paris.
Paris? All this time, I've been underneath Paris? Wow. It's beautiful.
The most beautiful.
Cousteau's? Your restaurant? You've led me to your restaurant!
It seems as though I have. Yes, there it is! I have led you to it!
I gotta see this.
In the kitchen of Gusteau's restaurant, all the staff are hard at work.
Firing 200, seared salmon.
Oui, Pelé, working! I need plates!
Head chef Skinner, voiced by the late Ian Holm, meets Alfredo Linguini, voiced by Lou Romano, who's Renato Linguini's son.
You remember Renata? Gusto's old flame?
Yes. How are you?
Linguini?
Yes, Linguini. So nice of you to visit. How is,
My mother?
Renata.
Yes, Renata. How is she?
Good. Well, not good. She's been better. I mean,
She died.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. She believed in heaven, so she's covered. You know, afterlife-wise.
Linguini then hands Skinner an envelope and says that his mother was hoping that it would help him get a job there.
But of course, Gusto wouldn't hesitate. Any son of Renata's is more
Yes,
than
well, we could file this, and if something suitable
We
opens
have already
up...
hired him.
What? How dare you hire someone without my permission?
We needed a garbage boy.
Oh, garbage. Well, I'm glad it worked out.
Meanwhile, Remy's on the roof telling Gusteau in his mind about what he knows about the kitchen.
Which one is the chef?
Oh, that guy.
Very good. Who is next in command?
The sous chef there. The sous is responsible for the kitchen when the chef's not around. Saucier, in charge of sauces, very important. Chef de partie, demi-chef de partie, both important. Commis, they're cooks, very important.
Ah, you are a clever rat. Now, who is that?
Oh, him? He's nobody.
Not nobody. He is part of the kitchen.
He's a plongeur or something.
While mopping, even though I thought Linguini got hired as a garbage boy, he knocks over a pot of soup, and we also see that Linguini's a terrible cook.
No! No! No, this is terrible! He's ruining the soup! And nobody's noticing? It's your restaurant! Do something!
What can I do? I am a figment of your imagination.
But he's ruining the soup! We gotta tell someone that he's not...
Remy then falls into the kitchen and avoids getting caught by any of the staff members while looking for a way out.
Oh.
He then runs past the soup that Linguini ruined and he manages to fix it. Suddenly...
The soap! Where is the soap?
Linguini traps Remy under a spaghetti strainer and Skinner comes over and yells at him because he thinks he was trying to cook and the soup served to somebody out in the dining room.
And after you put him in the duck press to squeeze the fat out of his head.
Oh, no!
What are you blathering about?
It's the soup!
Stop that soup! No!
Mustafa the waiter, voiced by John Ratzenberger, tells Skinner that the person the soup was served to wants to see him. When they come back, it turns out that patron was another food critic like Anton Ego named Celine Leclerc, and she liked it.
Wait. What do you mean, wait? You're the reason I'm in this mess.
Someone's asking about your soup.
They all think that Linguini cooked the soup, and Colette Tattoo, voiced by Janine Garofalo, tells Skinner that Linguini might make a good cook.
He's a garbage boy.
Who made something she liked? How can we claim to represent the name of Gusteau if we don't uphold his most cherished belief?
And what belief is that, Mademoiselle Tattoo?
Anyone can cook.
Perhaps I have been a bit harsh on our new garbage boy. He has taken a bold risk, and we should reward that, as Chef Gusteau would have. If he wishes to swim in dangerous waters, who are we to deny him?
So Skinner agrees to let Linguini be a cook and orders him to make the soup again.
And this time, I'll be paying attention. Very close attention.
Remy's then caught escaping. Linguini traps him in a jar and takes him to the Seine River to kill him.
Don't look at me like that! You weren't the only one who's trapped. They expect me to cook it again! I mean, I'm not ambitious. I wasn't trying to cook. I was just trying to stay out of trouble. You're the one who was getting fancy with the spices. What did you throw in there? Oregano? No? What, rosemary? That's a spice, isn't it? Rosemary? You didn't throw rosemary in there? Then what was all the flipping and all the throwing, I need this job. I've lost so many. I don't know how to cook, and now I'm actually talking to a rat as if you...
Linguini then sees that Remy understands him, and since he doesn't know how to cook and Remy does, they form a bond.
Okay, I'm gonna let you out now. But we're together on this, right? Okay.
Linguini then takes Remy to his apartment, which isn't very big.
I mean, it's not much, but it's, you know, not much. Could be worse. There's heat and light and a couch with a TV, so, you know, what's mine is yours.
Are you... is this a dream?
The best kind of dream. One we can share.
But why here? Why now?
Why not here? Why not now? What better place to dream than in Paris?
The next morning, Linguini wakes up, finds Remy gone, and his refrigerator opened. He thinks Remy stole some of his food, but then sees him cooking them omelets for breakfast.
That's good. What'd you put in this? Where'd you get that? Look, it's delicious, but don't steal. I'll buy some spices, okay? Oh, no, we're gonna be late, and on the first day! Come on, little chef!
They then head to work and try to figure out how they're going to pull this off.
Well, you know... Look, I know it's stupid and weird, but neither of us can do this alone, so we gotta do it together, right? You with me? So, let's do this thing!
Linguini enters the kitchen and starts working on the soup, but he has no idea what he's doing.
Ow! Ow! Oh! Ow! You got...
Linguini goes into the refrigerator and tells Remy that they need to think of a better way to make it look like he's cooking without being controlled by a rat.
Oh, would you listen to me? I'm insane! I'm insane! I'm insane! A refrigerator talking to a rat!
Skinner hears Linguini in the refrigerator, opens the door and sees Remy.
The rat! I saw it!
Rat?
Yes, a rat right next to you! What are you doing in here?
I'm just familiarizing myself with, you know, the vegetables and such.
Get out! One can get too familiar with vegetables, you know!
That was close. Are you okay up there?
Remy then manages to stop Linguini from bumping into a tray of dishes.
How did you do that?
Remy then discovers that he can control Linguini by pulling on his hair, similar to controlling a marionette with strings. So that night, Remy practices controlling Linguini that way, and the next day they're able to make the soup again.
Congratulations. You were able to repeat your accidental success. But you will need to know more than soup if you are to survive in my kitchen, boy. Colette will be responsible for teaching you how we do things here.
Later, Skinner talks to his advertisement executive, Francois, voiced by Julius Callahan, about some new microwavable Gusteau foods.
Gusteau's corn puppies.
They're like corn dogs, only smaller.
Bite size.
What are corn dogs?
Cheap sausages dipped in batter and deep fried. You know. American. Whip something up. Maybe Gusteau in overalls and Huckleberry Tomate.
Or as a big ear of corn in doggy makeup.
Yes, but please, with dignity.
Skinner then reads the letter from Renata, and it mentions that Linguini's Gusteau's son. He then calls for his lawyer, Talon Labarthe, voiced by Teddy Newton, to find out if this is true.
There's not much resemblance.
There's no resemblance at all. He's not Gusteau's son. Gusteau had no children. And what of the timing of all this? The deadline in the will expires in less than a month. Suddenly, some boy arrives with a letter from his recently deceased mother claiming Gusteau is his father. Highly suspect.
This is Gusteau's?
Yes.
May I?
Of course.
But the boy does not know.
She claims she never told him or Gusteau and asks that I not tell.
Why you? What does she want?
A job. For the boy.
Only a job?
Well, yes.
Talon says that he'll do some digging to find out how much this is true and has Skinner collect some DNA samples from Linguini.
Here, maybe.
Mark my words, the whole thing is highly suspect. He knows something.
Relax, he's a garbage boy. I think you can handle him.
Later, while Linguini's cooking, Colette shows him how things are done around there.
What is this? Keep your station clear. When the rush comes, what will happen? Messy station, slow things down. Food doesn't go, orders pile up, disaster. I'll make this easy to remember. Keep your station clear, or I will kill you! Ugh, your sleeves look like you threw up on them. Keep your hands and arms in, close to the body, like this, see? Always return to this position. Cook smooth, fast. Sharp utensils, hot metal, keep your arms in. You will minimize cuts and burns and keep your sleeves clean. Mark of a chef. Messy apron, clean sleeves. I know the Gusteau style code.
In every dish, Chef Gusteau always has something unexpected. I will show you. I memorized all his recipes.
Always do something unexpected.
No, follow the recipe.
But you just said...
No. It was his job to be unexpected. It is our job to follow the recipe.
While teaching Linguini the ropes, Colette tells him about the other chefs in the kitchen like Lalo, also voiced by Julius Callahan, who ran away from home and joined a circus at age 12.
He get fired for messing around with the ringmaster's daughter.
Horst, voiced by Will Arnett, has done time.
What for?
No one knows for sure. He changes the story every time you ask him.
I defrauded a major corporation. I robbed the second largest bank in France using only a ballpoint pen. I created a hole in the ozone over Avignon. I killed a man with this thumb.
Pompidou, voiced by Tony Fucili, has been banned from Las Vegas and Monte Carlo. Anne LaRousse, voiced by James Reamer, ran gun for the Resistance.
Which resistance?
He won't say. Apparently they didn't win. So you see, we are artists, pirates, or the cooks, are we?
We?
We. You are one of us now, we?
We. Thank you, by the way, for all the advice about cooking.
Thank you too.
For what?
For taking it.
One evening, a group of customers asked Mustafa what they have that's new.
Someone has asked what is new.
You?
Yes. What do I tell them?
Well, what did you tell them?
I told them I would ask.
What are you blathering about?
Customers are asking what is new.
What should I tell them?
What did you tell them?
I told them I would ask.
This is simple. Just pull out an old Gusteau recipe, something we haven't made in a while, and...
They know about the old stuff. They like linguine soup.
They are asking for food from Linguini?
A lot of customers like the soup. That's all we are saying.
Were we saying that?
Very well. If it's Linguini they want, tell them Chef Linguini has prepared something special for them. Something definitely off menu. Oh, and don't forget to stress it's linguininess.
Oui, chef.
Skinner then challenges Linguini to cook a recipe called sweetbread a la Gusteau.
Colette will help you.
Oui, chef.
Now, hurry up. Our diners are hungry.
Are you sure? That recipe was a disaster. Gusteau himself said so.
Just the sort of challenge a budding chef needs.
Sweetbread à la Gusteau. Sweetbread cooked in a seaweed salt crust with cuttlefish tentacle, dog rose puree, gooey duck egg, dried white fungus, and anchovy licorice sauce. I don't know this recipe, but it's Gusteau, so... Lalo! We have some veal stomach soaking, yes?
Yes, veal stomach, I get that.
Veal stomach?
While preparing the recipe, Remy changes it by having Linguini borrow some ingredients from the other chefs.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm gonna need to borrow this real quick. Let's see over here. I'll be right. Thank you. Excuse me. I'm gonna. Apparently, I need this. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm gonna figure that out. Yeah, I got some of that spice. Okay.
What are you doing? We're supposed to be preparing the Gusteau recipe.
This is the recipe?
The recipe doesn't call for white truffle oil. What else have you been... You are improvising. This is no time to experiment. The customers are waiting.
You're right. I should listen to you. Ouch.
Stop that.
Stop what?
Freaking me out. Whatever you are doing, stop it.
Once the dish is ready, Remy has Linguini add the sauce he just made. It's then served. The customer loves it, and more customers order it.
That's wonderful.
Special order! Special order! Special order! Special order!
After that, Linguini has Remy take a break, and Skinner invites Linguini into his office.
Toasting your success, eh, Linguini? Good for you.
Oh, I just took it to be polite. I don't really drink, you know.
Of course you don't. I wouldn't either if I was drinking that. But you would have to be an idiot of elephantine proportions not to appreciate this 61 Chateau Latour. And you, Monsieur Linguini, are no idiot. Let us toast your non-idiocy.
Outside the kitchen, Remy sees a scary-looking rat behind the trash cans, and it's Emile.
I can't believe it! Why?
I thought I'd never see you guys again.
I figured you didn't survive the rapids.
And what are you eating?
I don't really know. I think it was some sort of wrapper once.
What? No. You're in Paris now, baby. My town. No brother of mine eats rejectamenta in my town.
So Remy enters the refrigerator. While in Skinner's office, he asks Linguini what his interests are.
Do you like animals?
What? Animals? What kind?
Oh, the usual. Dogs, cats, horses, guinea pigs, rats.
Meanwhile, Remy has Emile try some good foods.
Only think about the taste. See?
Not really.
Creamy, salty, sweet, and oaky nuttiness. You detect that?
Oh, I'm detecting nuttiness.
Close your eyes. Now taste this. Whole different thing, right? Sweet, crisp, slight tang on the finish.
Okay.
Now, try them together.
Okay. I think I'm getting a little something there. It might be the nuttiness.
See?
Could be the tang.
That's it. Now, imagine every great taste in the world being combined into infinite combinations. Tastes that no one has tried yet. Discoveries to be made.
I think.
Uh-huh.
You lost me again.
Yeah.
But that was interesting.
Emile then says that they have to go let Django and the rest of the colony know that Remy's alive.
Yeah, but...
What?
Thing is, I kind of have to...
What do you have to more than family? What's more important here?
Well, it wouldn't hurt to visit.
So Emile takes Remy to the colony, and they're happy that he's alive, so they have a celebration.
And finding someone to replace you for Poison Checker has been a disaster. And nothing's been poisoned, thank God, but it hasn't been easy. You didn't make it easy.
I know. I am sorry, Dad.
Well, the important thing is that you're home.
Remy then tells Django that he can't stay, but will be able to visit often.
Well, you're not staying?
No. It's not a big deal, Dad. You didn't think I was gonna stay forever, did you? I mean, eventually a bird's gotta leave the nest.
We're not birds. We're rats. We don't leave our nests. We make them bigger.
Well, maybe I'm a different kind of rat.
Maybe you're not a rat at all.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Hey, the band's really on tonight, huh?
Rats. All we do is take, Dad. I'm tired of taking. I want to make things. I want to add something to this world.
You're talking like a human.
Who are not as bad as you say.
Oh, yeah? What makes you so sure?
Oh, man.
I've been able to observe them at a close-ish sort of range.
Yeah? How close?
Close enough. And they're, not so bad as you say they are.
Come with me. I got something I want you to see.
I'm gonna stay here.
Django takes Remy out into the streets where he shows him an exterminator shop which has a bunch of dead rats and rat poison in the window.
Take a good long look, Remy. Now this is what happens when a rat gets a little too comfortable around humans. The world we live in belongs to the enemy. We must live carefully. We look out for our own kind, Remy. When all is said and done, we're all we've got.
But Remy refuses to believe this.
You're telling me that the future can only be more of this?
This is the way things are. You can't change nature.
Change is nature, Dad. The part that we can influence. And it starts when we decide.
Where you going?
With luck, forward.
The next morning, Remy arrives at the restaurant and finds Linguini, who stayed in the kitchen to clean up last night, sleeping.
Stop it.
Colette then arrives and asks Linguini about what Skinner said to him in his office last night.
What? What, you can't tell me? Oh, forgive me for intruding on your deep personal relationship with the chef. Ah, I see how it is. You get me to teach you a few kitchen tricks to dazzle the boss, and then you blow past me?
Wake up, wake up.
I thought you were different. I thought you thought I was different. I thought... I didn't have to help you. If I looked out only for myself, I would have let you drown. But I wanted you to succeed. I liked you. My mistake.
Colette, wait, Colette!
Colette then tries to leave, but Linguini stops her and tries to tell her the truth.
Look, I'm no good with words. I'm no good with food either. At least not without your help.
I hate false modesty. It's just another way to lie. You have talent.
No, but I don't. Really, it's not me. When I added that extra ingredient instead of following the recipe like you said, that wasn't me either.
What do you mean?
I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I would have followed the recipe. I would have followed your advice. I would have followed your advice to the ends of the earth because I love you. Or advice.
But
I... Don't do it. I have a secret. It's sort of disturbing. I have a...
What?
I have a rash.
You have a rush?
No. I have this tiny, a tiny chef who tells me what to do.
Linguini then tries to show Colette Remy, but then... In Anton Ego's office, Ego, voiced by the late Peter O'Toole, is told by his butler Ambrister Minion, voiced by director Brad Bird, about Gusteau's.
Finally closing, is it?
No.
More financial trouble?
No, it's...
Announced a new line of microwave egg rolls. What? Spit it out.
It's come back. It's popular.
I haven't reviewed Gusteau's in years.
No, sir.
My last review condemned it to the tourist trade.
Yes, sir.
I said Gusteau has finally found his rightful place in history right alongside another equally famous chef, Monsieur Boyardee.
Touché.
That is where I left it. That was my last word. The last word.
Yes.
Then tell me, Ambrister, how could it be popular?
Later in Skinner's office, he's told by Labarthe that the DNA matches, which means that Linguini is Gusteau's son.
This can't just happen! The whole thing is a setup! The boy knows! Look at him out there, pretending to be an idiot. He's toying with my mind like a cat with a ball of something.
String?
Yes, playing dumb, taunting me with that rat.
Rat?
Yes, he's consorting with it, deliberately trying to make me think it's important.
The rat.
Exactly.
Is the rat important?
Of course not. He just wants me to think that it is.
The next day, Remy arrives at the restaurant and finds Emil with some of his friends, and he told him about the food that Remy gave him.
Emil, that's exactly what I said not to do.
But you know these guys, they're my friends. I didn't think you meant them. Oh, look, I'm sorry.
Don't tell me you're sorry. Tell them you're sorry.
Hey, is there a problem over here?
No, there is not. Wait here.
So Remy enters the kitchen and sees that the refrigerator is locked, so he enters Skinner's office to look for the key.
Remy, what are you doing in here?
Yeah, okay, Emil shows up with... okay, I said not to. I told him he goes and blabs to... Yeah, it's a disaster. Anyway, they're hungry, the food safe is locked, and I need the key.
They want you to steal food?
Yes. No, it's... No, oh, it's complicated. It's family. They don't have your ideals.
Ideals? If Chef Fancy Pants had any ideals, you think I'd be hocking barbecue over here? Or microwave burritos? Yeah, or toothpick chicken? About as French as a corn dog. Remy rude. We're inventing new ways to sell out over here. Will you be wanting some haggis, baby? I cannot control how they use my image, Remy. I am dead.
Shut up!
Mr. Whistle. Up and died.
He finds the key in a drawer, and he also finds Gusto's will, which he reads along with the letter from Renata.
Linguini? Why would Linguini be filed with your will?
This used to be my office.
Your son?
I have a son?
How could you not know this?
I am a figment of your imagination. You did not know, how could I?
Well, your son is the rightful owner of this restaurant.
Skinner then comes in, sees Remy, who runs away with the documents, and Skinner goes after him on Lalo's scooter. Skinner then chases Remy across the Seine, but Remy gets away. Later, Skinner returns to his office. Linguini has just found out about this. Skinner's fired, his plans for Gusto's new frozen foods are cancelled, and Linguini becomes the new owner of the restaurant.
What is the secret to your genius?
Secret? You want the truth? I am Gusto's son. It's in my blood, I guess.
But you weren't aware of that fact until very recently.
No.
And it resulted in your taking ownership of this restaurant. How did you find out?
Well, some part of me just knew. The Gusto part.
Where do you get your inspiration?
Inspiration has many names. Mine is named Colette.
What?
Something stuck in my teeth.
Colette then comes out to tell Linguini that it's time to reopen, and then Ego enters.
You are Monsieur Linguini.
Oh, hello.
Pardon me for interrupting your premature celebration, but I thought it only fair to give you a sporting chance as you are new to this game.
Game?
Yes, and you've been playing without an opponent, which is, as you may have guessed, against the rules.
You're Anton Ego.
You're slow for someone in the fast lane.
And you're thin for someone who likes food.
I don't like food, I love it. If I don't love it, I don't
Swallow.
Ego then tells Linguini that he'll be returning tomorrow night to review the restaurant with high expectations. After that, Linguini is not happy with Remy for distracting him in front of the press.
How am I supposed to concentrate with you yanking on my hair all the time? And that's another thing. Your opinion isn't the only one that matters here. Colette knows how to cook too, you know. Ow! All right, that's it. You take a break, little chef. I'm not your puppet, and you're not my puppet-controlling guy.
The rat is the cook.
You cool off and get your mind right, little chef. Ego is coming, and I need to focus.
Remy's now pissed at Linguini for this. He then sees Emile told more of his friends, and Remy says that dinner's on him.
We'll go after closing time. In fact, tell Dad to bring the whole clan.
So that night, after closing time, Remy brings Django and the colony to the restaurant, and they begin stealing food. Suddenly, Linguini arrives after looking all around for Remy.
Oh, hey, little chef. I thought you went back to the apartment. Then, when you weren't there, I don't know, it didn't seem right to leave things the way that we did, so... Look, I don't want to fight. I've been under a lot of, pressure. A lot has changed in not very much time, I'm suddenly a Gusto, and I gotta be a Gusto, or, people will be disappointed. It's real weird. I've never disappointed anyone before because nobody's ever expected anything of me. And the only reason anyone expects anything from me now is because of you. I haven't been fair to you. You've never failed me, and I should never forget that. You've been a good friend, the most honorable friend a guy could ever have. What is this?
Linguini then sees the rats in the kitchen, finds out that they were stealing food, and kicks them and Remy out.
And don't come back, or I'll treat you the way restaurants are supposed to treat pests.
You're right, Dad. Who am I kidding? We are what we are. And we're rats. Well, he'll leave soon, and now you know how to get in. Steal all you want.
You're not coming?
I've lost my appetite.
The next day, which is the day before the big night, Linguini gives a speech to the other staff about Ego coming tonight.
He's going to order something from our menu. And we'll have to cook it.
Outside, Skinner has trapped Remy and he's planning to have him make new frozen foods.
And I, in return, will not kill you. Au revoir, rat.
In the dining room, Mustafa asks Ego what he would like.
After reading a lot of overheated puffery about your new cook, you know what I'm craving. A little perspective. That's it. I'd like some fresh, clear, well-seasoned perspective. Can you suggest a good wine to go with that?
With, what, sir?
Perspective. Fresh out, I take it.
I am,
Very well. Since you're all out of perspective and no one else seems to have it in this bloody town, I'll make you a deal. You provide the food, I'll provide the perspective, which would go nicely with a bottle of Cheval Blanc 1947.
I'm afraid your dinner selection?
So Ego says that he'll have whatever Chef Linguini dares to serve him.
Tell him to hit me with his best shot.
I will have whatever he is having.
In the trunk of Skinner's car, Gusto in Remy's mind talks to him.
So, we have given up.
Why do you say that?
We are in a cage, inside the car trunk. awaiting a future in frozen food products.
No, I'm the one in a cage. I've given up. You are free.
I am only as free as you imagine me to be. As you are.
Oh, please. I'm sick of pretending. I pretend to be a rat for my father. I pretend to be a human through Linguini. I pretend you exist so I have someone to talk to. You only tell me stuff I already know. I know who I am. Why do I need you to tell me? Why do I need to pretend?
Ah, but you don't, Remy. You never did.
Suddenly, Emile and Django arrive, free Remy, and he heads back to the restaurant where the chefs are asking Linguini about his recipe, but he doesn't know it.
It's your recipe. How can you not know your own recipe?
I didn't write it down. It just came to me.
We'll make it come to you again, yeah? Because we can't serve this!
Where is my order? Can't we serve them something else? Something I didn't invent?
This is what they're ordering.
Make them order something else. Tell them we're all out.
We cannot be allowed. We just opened.
I have another idea. What if we serve them what they order?
We will make it. Just tell us what you did.
I don't know what I did.
We need to tell the customers something.
Then tell them. Ah!
Remy then enters the kitchen. The staff try to kill him, but then Linguini stops them and tells them the truth.
I know this sounds insane, but, well, the truth sounds insane sometimes, but that doesn't mean it's not. The truth. And the truth is, I have no talent at all. But this rat, he's the one behind these recipes. He's the cook, the real cook. He's been hiding under my toque. He's been controlling my actions. He's the reason I can cook the food that's exciting everyone. The reason Ego is outside that door. You've been giving me credit for his gift. I know it's a hard thing to believe, but hey, you believed I could cook, right? Look, this works. It's crazy, but it works. We can be the greatest restaurant in Paris, and this rat, this brilliant little chef, can lead us there. What do you say? You with me?
However, they don't believe him and leave, so now Linguini and Remy are on their own. Django then shows up and tells Remy that he was wrong about him and Linguini.
I don't want you to think I'm choosing this over family. I can't choose between two halves of myself.
I'm not talking about cooking. I'm talking about guts. This really means that much to you? We're not cooks, but we are family. You tell us what to do, and we'll get it done.
Suddenly, the health inspector, also voiced by Tony Fucili, whom Skinner called earlier, arrives and sees the rats. Some of them go after him, while the others stay and follow Remy's directions.
Team 3 will be handling fish. Team 4, roasted items. Team 5, grill. Team 6, sauces. Get to your stations. Let's go, go, go. Those handling food will walk on 2 legs.
Linguini then sees the rats cooking and takes over the waitering job.
I'm sorry for any delay, but we're a little short tonight.
Please, take all of the time you need.
Colette then comes back to help, and Remy shows her and Linguini a recipe for Ratatouille which he plans to serve to Ego.
What? I am making ratatouille. Well, how would you prepare it?
So they prepare Ratatouille, it's served to Ego, and...
Who cooked
What's the Ratatouille? I demand to know!
Ego then asks to see the chef so he can thank him for the meal, but he's told that he has to wait until all the other customers leave.
So be it.
At first, Ego thinks it's a joke, but as Linguini explains, Ego's smile disappears. He doesn't react beyond asking an occasional question. Then when the story's done, Ego stands, thanks them for the meal, and leaves without another word. The following day, his review appears.
In many ways, the work of a critic is easy. We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and themselves to our judgment. We thrive on negative criticism, which is fun to write and to read. But the bitter truth we critics must face is that in the grand scheme of things, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. But there are times when a critic truly risks something, and that is in the discovery and defense of the new. The world is often unkind to new talent, new creations. The new needs friends. Last night I experienced something new, an extraordinary meal from a singularly unexpected source. To say that both the meal and its maker have challenged my preconceptions about fine cooking is a gross understatement. They have rocked me to my core. In the past, I have made no secret of my disdain for Chef Gusteau's famous motto, "Anyone can cook," but I realize only now do I truly understand what he meant. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. It is difficult to imagine more humble origins than those of the genius now cooking at Gusteau's, who is, in this critic's opinion, nothing less than the finest chef in France. I will be returning to Gusteau's soon, hungry for more.
It was a great night. However, it soon gets out that there were rats in the kitchen, and so the restaurant was closed and Eagle lost his job and his credibility.
But don't feel too bad for him. He's doing very well as a small business investor. He seems very happy.
How do you know?
Remy then heads down for a dinner rush.
You know how he likes it.
Thanks, little chef. Can I interest you in a dessert this evening?
Don't you always?
Which one would you like?
Surprise me!
Hey, believe me, that story gets better when I tell it, okay? Come on, bring some food over here, we're starving.
And that was Ratatouille. What are my thoughts on it? It's awesome! On a budget of $150 million, the movie made $206 million domestically and a total of about $624 million worldwide and got great reviews from critics. Now let's move on to the production of the film. The idea for the movie started in 2000 when Yen Pinkava, who previously directed the 1998 Pixar short Jerry's Game, thought of it and started creating the design, sets, characters, and the core storyline. But then after 3 months of lacking confidence in the story department, Yen was let go and replaced by Brad Bird, and he made some changes like giving Colette and Skinner bigger roles, killing off Gusteau, and made the rats look more like real rats. In order to capture the look of Paris in the movie, Brad Bird and some of the team went there for a week and took a motorcycle tour around the city. They also ate at 5 of the best restaurants there. A big challenge for the filmmakers was to create CGI food that looked delicious. Some gourmet chefs from both the United States and France were brought in to be consultants, and the animators took cooking lessons in San Francisco at culinary art schools to know how a commercial kitchen works. Sets and layout designer Michael Warch, who had been culinary trained as a chef, and helped the animators animate the food. The team also worked with Chef Thomas Keller at his restaurant French Laundry to learn about the art of cooking. Also, as a way to save time and money, all of the movie's human characters were made without toes. When designing the rats, they brought in Rat Export, Debbie DeCommon, aka the Rat Lady, to help with them. They even kept some pet rats in the studio in order for the animators to study their movements. For the voice of Remy, Brad Bird hired Patton Oswalt after hearing his stand-up bit about the Black Angus Steakhouse menu. For the voice of Emile, storyboard artist Peter Sohn was casted when Brad Bird thought that his demeanor and voice were exactly like the characters. For the scene where Linguini dives into the Seine to save Remy after accidentally knocking him into it, Pixar employee Keston Midgel dived into the swimming pool at Pixar while wearing a chef outfit to see what parts of it would stick to his body and what parts would become translucent. And now it's time for me to give my opinion on the film. In the end, Ratatouille is awesome. It may have some flaws, but they're just minor. I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for Ratatouille. Ooh. Be sure to join next week when I'll be reviewing the Disney film based on a novel by Ray Bradbury, who also wrote the script. And if you enjoyed this video, then please tell your friends about me, leave some questions in the comments below, subscribe, and hit that like button.
Hey, yeah.